Hello my friends, Aimee Esther here, and in today's video I want to talk to you about self-care. And this is something I've been working on. I also asked on Instagram recently if you guys felt like you got enough self-care in your life, and most of you said no, you don't. So I want to talk to you about that today and give you some of my advice and tips, and hopefully you will be able to get all the self-care that you need after watching this video. And I would like to thank Fem Pharma for sponsoring this video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my content about life with chronic illness and how to live an amazing life while living chronically ill. What does self-care mean for you? What is your definition of self-care? And how does that change your life when you get it? Because here's the truth, you guys. All we're looking for is to feel something. When we're looking to take time for ourselves or to sharpen the saw, as my husband calls it, we're just looking to feel something. So what feeling are you searching for? Are you searching for peace, balance, calmness, joy? Think about the feeling that you're trying to create with this time that you're taking for yourself. That one concept alone can help you find the best self-care practices that will help you. I think for me, it's a feeling of peace and thoughts that my life is in balance. I don't know about you, but something that comes to my mind a lot is my life's out of balance. I'm spending too much time on my kids, not enough time on myself. I'm spending too much time on my physical health and worrying about the pain and the symptoms that I have, that I'm not spending time thinking about other things that are also important to me. And it just feels like I'm always out of balance and I can't seem to get all the work done I want to do, all the time for myself, be the best mom I can be, and take care of my physical and mental health. Like, how do you do all of that? And that is something I've been thinking a lot about lately. And I used to think that balance meant there had to be this perfect pie chart where I spent this percentage of my day on my kids, this percentage on me, and so forth. And it had to be this exact number of hours or time or percentage of my day to have a balanced life. And what I'm realizing is that that is not practical, and it doesn't even provide the balance that I want. Because some days I need much more time for myself, and other days I can deal with just 5 minutes to me and spend the rest of the day on my kids, and I feel like I'm imbalanced. So notice again, it's just a feeling. It's not this set thing that we have to do to have that self-care and to feel balanced in our lives. We're just looking to feel something. And there are many, many ways to do that. So when you're thinking about balancing your life, it doesn't have to be this even scale. It can be that you spend so much time on your kids this week that you are mentally exhausted, and maybe you have someone watch your kids all day so that you can take time for you for a whole entire day. Or maybe it's that you take an hour every day. It might be different for everyone, but think about what brings that feeling of balance for you. Is it an everyday thing? Is it a weekly thing? Is it twice a year you need to go on a big long vacation? What feels like balance to you? Because it's all going to be different for every single one of us. And there is no set thing that I can tell you that will work for everyone. Another thing I like to ask myself is, how do I know when I've hit that point of getting enough self-care? Because maybe I just keep doing all these things for myself and it's not bringing that feeling. And so I need to figure something else out, because it might not be a set amount of time that helps you to get that feeling of balance. Some people, it might be you need that exact hour every single day, but I would guess that for the majority of us, it's less about an exact time that we needed and more about when we hit that point of feeling what we want to feel. So instead of trying to get that certain amount of time, what if instead we focused on, this week I want to feel peace? And maybe we start with, I want to feel peace once a week. And we just see, what can we do to feel peace once a week? And as time goes on, we'll get better and better. And that is probably my biggest tip for you today, is start small. You don't need to go from never doing anything for yourself to having 3 hours a day to yourself, right? I know that's a very big exaggeration, but we don't need to do these big, huge things, because here's the truth. I don't know if you're like me, but anytime I try to take on something big, some big change in my life, some big habit change or diet or whatever it is I want to try, it always goes poorly and I run out of motivation very quickly. But when I do small little things that will add up to big things, that's where I get the most leverage. So for me, I might start with 5 minutes a day. That's it. And just say 5 minutes a day, I'm going to sit down on my yoga mat, and I don't even need to do anything. I just need to sit on my yoga mat 5 minutes a day. And then maybe next week, I'll start doing a little yoga. And then maybe the week after that, I'll start doing 6 minutes of yoga. And it builds on itself, because what I want you to do is teach yourself to show up for you. And again, that can mean anything. That can mean once a week. It can mean twice a year. Whatever brings that balance to you. Of course, we're all going to be different. But start really small and work your way up so that you can learn how to do things for yourself. Because taking on a big commitment, I promise you, the willpower will run out. So just start small. So I want to talk a little bit more about specifically when you're chronically ill, getting self-care, and then also how do you know what to do? But before we get to that, I would like to share with you today's sponsor. I'm so grateful for Femme Pharma for sponsoring this video and supporting my channel. Femme Pharma is a woman-owned, woman-run brand creating products for women experiencing vaginal dryness and discomfort. These products make daily life and intimacy more comfortable by relieving dryness, pain, and itching. I want to share 2 of their products with you today. The first is Femme Pharma's FDA-cleared Mia Vita Personal Lubricant and Moisturizer, which is used internally for the relief of vaginal dryness, pain, and itching. And the second is Femme Pharma's Mia Vita Intimate Skin Moisturizer. This is a gel tube and a bud which is used externally for soothing vulvar dryness, pain, and itching. So notice there's one that is used internally and one that is used externally. If you are suffering from this, you are not alone. Many women experience this, and I have actually gotten so many questions to my inbox of people usually embarrassed and not knowing where else to ask for help with vaginal dryness. And I'm so happy to be a partner with Femme Pharma and be able to share them with you in hopes that someone out there who is suffering and doesn't know where else to go has an option. So I will link their information down below so you can learn more about them. And now let's get back to the video. So now let's talk about what to actually do for your self-care routine. Now, I'm not going to give you specifics. I'll share with you some of the things that I do, but I'm going to share with you how to figure that out. So the first thing you want to remember is, we talked about this, you're looking for a feeling. So the best way to do this is think about what actions bring on that feeling. So what types of things can I do to feel what I want to feel? So for me, I want to feel peace. So I think, what things bring me peace? Now, sometimes it is spending time with my family that brings me that peace. So I might not even need any time specifically for me. But I find that if I don't spend at least a little bit of time each day just by myself, I don't even have to be doing anything. I just be sitting in a chair thinking. But if I spend just a little bit of time every day by myself, it brings that peace. And I find that yoga brings me peace, and journaling. A few more things to think about to narrow it down is, how much money do you want to spend? If it's $0, that might limit the types of things that you could do. Like if you want to do yoga, you can't go to a class because that would be something you have to pay for, but you could watch a YouTube video of yoga at home and still get the benefits. Another thing to think about is, do you want to be alone, or do you want to be with other people, or do you want a mixture of both? Matt D'Avella posted a video recently, I will link it down below, about spending time alone and the benefits of that. And I thought that was really helpful, especially because I've been on this self-care journey, to notice that there is a lot of benefit that comes from spending time just all by yourself. Another thing to think about is, there a certain time of day that you want to have this time? I find that mornings and nights, like first thing in the morning and right before bed, are the best times for me to spend doing self-care, because that's where my mind can turn off the most, especially in the morning. My mind has not started going yet and started thinking about all the other things I should be doing. So first thing in the morning, it's the best time for me to take time to journal and to read and to spend some time with myself. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Aimee, I live chronically ill. I'm in pain all the time. I can't just do anything that I used to do or that I would like to do. And yes, I get it. But I think it's even more important for us to take time to feel that feeling. I'm going to keep using the example of peace because that's what I search for. I need to feel that peace, or else I feel like I spiral into this depressed, sad, miserable thoughts of my life if I don't get that time of peace in my day. Even if I can't take that pain away while I am trying to do some self-care, it can help my mind, because it's not about what our physical bodies feel. It doesn't matter how much pain I'm in, genuinely it doesn't. I can be in a good place mentally. And it's crazy. There are times where I'm barely sick and mentally I am just spiraling in negative thoughts and sad and just feeling awful. And there are times where my physical health is not doing well, but mentally I am in a great place and I'm feeling a lot of peace. So I like to remind myself that it's not my pain that's creating the mental pain, right? And my physical pain does not create the mental pain. I can still find that peace if I want to. So some tips I have for you is to adapt what your ideal self-care routine is to your own life. So let me give you an example of an adaptation. So I used to love to dance. Growing up, I danced, I taught dance, and it was such a fun expression for me. I actually loved teaching probably more than actually doing it. I thought it was just such a fun thing to do, but that is obviously not the best choice for someone who lives chronically ill. It's very hard for me, and standing for long periods of time does not feel good on my body, and it's just not a good thing for me. But I found that yoga is a great alternative to that. I still get the movements in my body that feel good, that I love. I'm a pretty flexible person, and so I still get to do those flexible things and increase those talents that I have, but without the hardness of dancing, and I can do it much more gently, and I can do it at my own pace. Another thing is I love to shop. I think shopping is super fun, and it's really fun for me to go out either by myself or with some girlfriends and do some shopping, but the walking around is really hard for me. So I instead get one of those little electric chairs. So I make sure I go to a store that has one of those. I think they all do now. Do they have to? Maybe they legally have to, but most stores I go to have them, and I can just ride one of those around and do the shopping I want to do. Or you can do shopping online. There's lots of things that you can do to adapt the ideal thing that you would like for your self-care into something that still brings that peace and that feeling that you're searching for. Another tip I have for you is to find things that distract you from pain. So I've talked about this before, but my YouTube channel usually, not every time, but usually distracts me from my pain. It helps me be creative. I just get really excited to sit here, even if I'm in a lot of pain like I am right now. I don't really think about it that much because I'm sitting here doing something that I love and that's fun for me. I have found things in my life that help me to not think about it, which in turn makes my mental health much better. And I know a lot of people think that finances are what's stopping them from self-care. In fact, in the Instagram poll, I did one asking, what is stopping you? Is it your pain? Is it finances? Or is it time? And the majority of you guys said finances, which it sounds like that should stop you. Like, oh, but I want to do this and this and this, but it's expensive and I can't do it. But I promise you, if you keep looking, you will find stuff that you can do within your budget. And the other thing to remember is you're gonna probably pay for it either way. So just decide, what would you rather deal with? The physical symptoms that come from having your spouse give you a massage that's not that great, or would you rather pay some money and get a professional massage that helps you with your physical symptoms? Which one are you going to pay for today? Is it the time, the energy, the money? You get to choose. And then keep trying until you find what works for you, because I promise you will find it. I just thought for the longest time, I have no hobbies. I don't do anything for fun. I just can't get there. I've tried everything and nothing works. But when I gave up, that's when I never found the thing that worked for me. And when I decided, you know what, I'm just going to keep trying, even if I fail 100 times, I'm going to keep trying till I find that 1 or 2 or 3 things that brings me that feeling that I'm wanting to feel. I'm going to keep trying it till I find it. And I might fail a few times, and that's okay. So keep trying, you guys. You're going to find what works for you. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite thing to do for yourself is, and what feeling are you searching for, and how do you do it while you're living chronically ill? Is that too many things? No, I want to know all of it, you guys. Tell me all of it. What do you like to do for your self-care? What feeling is it creating or are you searching for? And how do you do that thing while you're living chronically ill? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to check out Fem Pharma. I want to thank them again for sponsoring this video. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you on the next one.